Hi, my name is Bryan. I'm Sierra Bravo on Target. I am joined today with one of my partners and a joint venture with Timberline Security Solutions, Mackay. We are going to be talking today about a course we have at Double Tap Training Grounds on September 6th, coming up very soon. It's going to be our Close Quarters Combat or Carbine 1. It's the first course that we have in essentially establishing your advanced AR carbine skills. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about the course and who's it good for and what's it all about?
Okay, so this course, the obvious thing is to say, well, the course is good for everybody, but this really isn't good for everybody. This course was specifically put together for people that already have a safe foundation. If you have never touched an AR before, you got to come take like a rifle zero class, not this class. This class we set up thinking, okay, the people that are coming to this are people that have a little bit of gun handling skill. They know how to operate their weapons safely. Maybe they had some military service or something like that. They've had some familiarity with this weapon system, this weapon platform. And when I say weapon platform, we say AR just because that's the most kind of ubiquitous. You can bring an AK, you can bring whatever battle rifle. If you want to bring a Mini 14, whatever, I don't care. But you do need to know some basic fundamentals of operating it. I always liken it to a defensive driving course. They expect you to know how to drive the car before you go take a defensive driving course, right? This isn't driver's ed. This is defensive driving.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. We put this together. I mean, I was in the Army back in the 90s. So even with our M16s and M4s and everything else, it was still a pretty standard configuration. Everybody kind of got the same thing. So, that world has changed a lot in the last 20 years.
A lot.
Yeah. So now, I mean, like all of my ARs are purpose built now, right? But you go out to the range.
None of them look the same, do they?
None of them look the same, and they all function very differently. So,
right.
And brain skills are an entirely different matter. And it really, if all you do is take your AR out there to the range, you're really not understanding what that platform is capable of. It's fantastic for training, for competition, for defense, and a number of others. Again, you pointed out right. You should be able to handle your weapon correctly, know how to clear jams, know how to load, know how to fire, be familiar with the basic operation, how to handle it correctly, and we're going to do what with that. So if you come to us with that base, what are we going to do with that?
So we're going to take that base foundation and we're going to change up a little bit on you because we're going to show you how to do some things. And I don't want to say properly, but in our method of doing it. So, right, how to do tack reloads and actual emergency reloads and how those fundamentals work. We're going to go into a little bit of what happens to your round at distance so that you understand the ballistics of this, what your zero is, whether you're using a 36 or 25 or 100 yard, whatever your zero is. We're going to go into actually what's happening with your round so that when I'm 5 yards away and I have to make a hostage rescue shot, where that bullet is going so we don't stick a canoe rack in your wife's head. We need to know what's going on here with the actual trajectory of the ammunition. So we're going to work through that platform of it, what's going on with the height over bore aspect of it. We're going to work a lot of different fundamentals, but going to build a lot of muscle memory so people are understanding, hey, when does that safety actually come off? When does my finger actually go on the trigger? That's one of the things that, we hear this all the time in the safety rules. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Well, at what point in time am I actually ready to fire? That's the question. When I'm searching through my house for a bad guy, am I ready to fire? My gun's up, right? So should I be ready to fire? That question comes up a lot. And so we're going to answer things like that and allow people to build those muscle memories and build those good foundational fundamentals for using a rifle platform.
Yep, absolutely. That's great. Yeah. And, again, you and I do a lot of instruction. We teach a lot on the mechanics on how to get the proper grip, how to maintain your weapon correctly, how to control it. And certainly, so dealing with some of those situations out there when you're moving between targets, you're right. I mean, like for the AR platform in particular, you're going to handle that very differently. You do have a safety. It's an integrated part of what you do, for example. Right. There's also a lot we do.
Absolutely. It changes too.
Yeah.
There's some different rules. If you're a left-handed person coming out and you've been taught, well, everybody told you from day one when you were born that it's the same as right-handed, just the inverse. Well, that's not true because firearms are built for right-handed people as a general rule. So we have different fundamentals for left-handed people that are shooting on a right-handed platform. And so that it changes the game. So you need to make sure that you understand those aspects of it. What type of ballistics are you actually getting? What is your round doing? We're going to go through and actually show detailed operation of these guns. We're going to go through and we're going to do barriers. We're going to show you how to navigate barriers, how to actually shoot from behind cover and keeping your body concealed so that you're actually able to be effective on target. We're going to go through some low light principles. And this is not a low light class, but we're going to go through some low light principles. So if you have a weapon light on your gun, you can actually work some of those low light principles. And so we'll actually have you turning on your flashlight or your weapon light so that you're actually doing those principles.
Yeah, and that's one thing we'll also go through is what are some of the different options you have on your AR? Why do we build them in different ways? What are some of the things you might add to them? Again, I've actually built all of mine to be purpose-built for a very specific purpose, and I don't want to have to reconfigure them. I want them to do exactly what I want them to do, right?
Yeah.
So again, Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I tend to build more general purpose ARs. I don't build a lot of ARs that are, hey, this is my recce AR, this is my long distance one. Mine tend to be a lot more general purpose. Some of them are better at long distance, some of them are better at clearing houses, but they can all be used on the spectrum of what an AR can be used for. And I think yours are typically built kind of the
Mm.
same way. We kind of gear them towards one side or the other. But I don't have an AR with a 22
Right.
inch barrel because
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it for that.
Yeah. Well,
I'll use it for all of it.
I do have one. I do have one with an 18-inch barrel specifically for reach out and touch. Like if I want to do something on like 3-gun matches. But again, that's also not going to be a long distance platform of choice for me. It's something for more like competition. But like my room clearing or my defensive, especially out at my lake property, 300 blackout with a suppressor on it. I mean, there's a lot of reasons we make those choices. So
Yeah,
we're certainly
yeah.
going to go through a lot of that. But I mean, I don't know if you would agree with me, but I'd say 95% of the people I see out there have a race car, a Ferrari, a little of a platform on the AR, and they fire 1 round a second at the range off a bench, and that's all they ever do with it. So if you're really
I
interested in
see.
trying to,
I see two people in those camps, right? So I see on one side you have their race car, they've got their Ferrari, and they've never actually used it. The engine's not even broken in yet. And on the other side of it, I see the guy that went the absolute cheapest and bought the Ford Pinto, and they also haven't broken that in. And
yeah,
both are bad, right? You can get a lot done with a Ford Pinto if you know how to drive it.
yeah, I said right. You're right. The sprayer prey. How fast can I dump 30 rounds of the cheapest ammunition I can find? Right. And it's like,
Well,
wait a
and the
minute.
reality of it is that we know statistically you're going to miss about 75% of about 3/4 of the shots that you end up taking in a defensive engagement. And so you think, well, I've got 30 rounds. Well, no, you actually got about 5.
Yeah, yeah. That was something that's really kind of eye opening and changed a lot of my thinking when I really kind of refreshed a lot of my training a few years ago. I always I'm going to clear my house with a pistol, right? A lot of that's changed for me. I actually look at the different distances and things and what you can do with them. I'm much more inclined to pick up that 300 blackout now with the suppressor for what I can do with it. And there's decisions we want to, there's different decisions for different situations there. So, yeah, again,
Well,
I think if
and
you,
it's funny. I use for my if I was clearing my house, I'm using a pistol all day long.
yeah,
I look at shotguns. I like shotguns for home defense, but to me, they're artillery. Artillery is
yeah,
stationary.
right. Yeah,
I'm hiding in the bedroom. We're waiting for the cops to come. Right. That's my kids aren't home. I'm not worried about that. My
yeah,
kids at the other end of the house, and I've got a bad guy between us. I can't wait for the cops in that scenario.
that's right.
So
Absolutely.
we have to take the scenario into the equation.
Yep, absolutely. Well, so yeah, obviously, if you're looking at defensive, or if you're just wanting to, increase your skills, or if you're looking at competition, I mean, again, these are the foundational skills to get you off of the range into more of a shoot and a move, and make sure that you're actually manipulating and handling that weapon correctly and as safely as possible, so that you can get the most out of it. So, with that, man, we look forward to seeing you on September 6th. There'll be information below, and feel free to reach out to us. If you are looking to come to this class and you don't feel confident about your skills at this level, then you can certainly contact either one of us. We'd be happy to do some private instruction. We can get you ready pretty quickly for it, but we really do want to make sure that folks that show up that day, they're ready to start learning some new stuff and get out there and start moving with it. Learn how to learn what the platform can do. So, okay,
Absolutely.
with that, look forward to seeing you on September 6th.
Yep.
All right.
I can't wait to see you too. So our classes, APOS does not approve, generally speaking, civilian instructors to have approved classes. Our classes get approved through CE. So all you got to do, I can hand you the curriculum. I've got everything printed out and ready for you. I give you that. You get your captain or your commissioner or whoever it is that has to sign off on it for you. Typically, they have a person in their chain of command that can sign off on that. And then that gives you your CE credit for APOS. This one will be an 8-hour class. So it'll get you 8 hours of CE credit for your APOS certification.
Yeah, actually, I just learned recently that Birmingham has been getting new Carbine platforms for a lot of their officers, and a number of them are going to have to qualify again. So, hey, if you are looking for something like that, or just want a different perspective on training, we certainly invite you out for September 6th.
Yep, can't wait to see you there.